Hey, you're checking out the Coach's Show with Coach Yarborough. I'm Dennis Davis, and Jamie Ulrey is in the house, and of course, Coach Yarborough is in the house.
Hey, thank you guys for having me back again.
Hey, Coach.
Notice that the start of the Coach's Show, the coach was the least energetic guy in the room today.
I think he's tired.
Well, I think what they've done, you guys practiced hard all week, and I've never met a coach yet that they have their first loss of the season, and they practice the hardest. Tell me about this week's practice.
Well, we're going to go in extra focused this week, really detailed, focused on the smaller things, because that's kind of how we lost the game, on the smaller things. And, just like in life, smaller issues become bigger issues when you let them, build up. So we're going to get those things resolved, and we're going to, bounce back.
There you go.
So it was the this past weekend, over the Easter weekend. On Saturday, you guys took on the Carolina Energy, and this was the first loss of the season.
Yes, sir.
You didn't lock the playoffs in, but that's okay. You've got weeks. You've got this weekend's game. You've got games ahead to lock in the playoffs.
Right.
Talk to us about this game with the Energy.
Well, I mean, they wanted it a little bit more than we did at them. That's the Energy played a great game. Hats off to them, and we didn't step up to the occasion, but we will regroup, and we will be back, and we will, we'll see them again.
There you will. Yeah. So what is the Energy's record right now?
They're 4-0.
Oh, and we're now 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all right. So you saying we're not locking in a playoff?
Well, not yet. I haven't seen a little X next to the Carolina Havoc.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like that. When they're locked in with an X next to their the team name in the standings,
then
I know.
Okay.
But we're not quite there yet.
Well, our whole argument's been being undefeated, but I'm okay with a loss. Believe it or not, Queen undefeated. I will accept this loss. I feel like we lost it as a team. I do say we are.
Well, Coach, can you take us through what did you guys learn from this past weekend's game?
I mean, it was a very humbling experience. We weren't good at some positions that we thought we were, as good at some positions that we thought we were. So we're going to work there. We're going to get better. We didn't have too much of a pass rush. We didn't block as well as we thought we should have. But I'm still confident that we have the best offensive line in football, in arena football. So we're going to get better there. And our quarterback, Jesse Scroggins, played outstanding. Trevante Long, that was on with us last week, played outstanding.
He did the 3 touchdowns, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did. We're gonna step up, and we're gonna do a lot better for you guys and the fans. So.
Well, I think part of it too, if I can say, is the fan experience. When you're at an away game, one of the things that all NFL teams will say is that fan experience when you're in the home field advantage comes from having a crowd there.
Right. So, Coach, did being the fact that it was an away game and the Energy was they're playing pretty well, how much of an advantage was that home field for those guys?
I don't think home field advantage played much of a part in it. I don't think the refs helped us as much as they should have. But,
Okay.
Well, I mean, now I'm curious when you say that, because I didn't get a chance to go to the game. I mean, was it empty seats? Did it feel like a furniture store in there, or was it pretty well attended? What do you mean?
It was pretty well attended. But we don't. As a football team, we try not to focus much on the fans. We focus on the game that we're playing, and I don't think the fans kind of,
Okay. But we say that, but we also know that when we're home, which we're home this weekend, right?
Right.
That we need everybody to come out.
We do.
We absolutely need to come out. We need all of the PD to get a ticket, get there, and be part of this Den activity, because we are now 4-1.
Right.
We need y'all. We need you to come out. This game is, what time's the kickoff this Saturday, Dennis?
All right. So the Carolina Aviators is this Sunday, 3:05.
Thank you.
Yep.
So tonight. 3:05 if you're watching us on Fox.
Right. And if you're listening on the Rock FMs, that would be tomorrow.
Night. Yeah. Gotta love tape delay.
Right. So with that being said, So preparing for Sunday, take us through what can we look forward to with the Aviators?
The Aviators have a pretty good football team. They have a receiver, C.J. Grice, a running back, Jacquez Austin, that are really good. They're really talented guys. But, they're going to come. They're going to be ready to play. It's not going to be a Jensen Beach game for sure.
Okay.
Something that you were pointing out off the air, we were kind of looking at ticket prices.
Right.
$10.
$10, yeah.
Get you in the door.
Right. You're looking on there. I mean, you can get closer for $25, but for $10, where else can you get that kind of action and activity for a family?
Right.
That's a great event.
And especially being a Sunday afternoon, what better way to spend time as a family after church than going and checking out some Carolina Havoc football?
Absolutely. Well, okay, so let's talk about a little bit more about last weekend, because you're going to have I'm sure you have reran this over and over and over again in your mind. As a coach, you probably replay these plays more than most. So you're strategic, though. That's one of the best things about you as a coach. You're very strategic. You look at the ways that they came at you, how you're going to counterbalance that. So do you feel like you've already got that gameplay in your head on how you're going to react on Sunday?
We're just going to keep it very simple. We're going to do what we do, best. We're not going to go outside of our, norm. We're just going to keep it as vanilla as possible, but we're going to execute to the highest level, at our highest level, and we're just going to be very disciplined this week.
There you go.
Very disciplined. We're going to be very energetic, very physical, so we just got to play a lot better football.
Well, we have a great team.
We do.
I was having lunch today. I had to go to Charleston for a meeting, had lunch with my market president, and he was asking me about our team. And I didn't realize how often I say we. And he's like, do you say we? And I'm like, it's our team. It's our community's team.
Right.
So I do feel very connected to that. And he thought that was great that, we have this partnership and we really, love the team. So I know for fans and players and all that, y'all are passionate about the win. Mm-hmm. So it's probably a little humbling.
Yeah.
To go through a loss like that. But it should refocus every single player, because as we've discussed in many episodes, this is not the player's last stop. Their goal is to get to another level.
Right.
So they, too, are probably criticizing every move they made and strategizing on how they're going to overcome, speed up, get quick, all those things. So,
Yeah, all of our guys took the loss pretty hard. I mean, as should be. So everybody's going to regroup. Everybody's coming to practice tonight, very focused, and ready to play.
Good. I like it.
Now, did you guys, for the Easter holiday, what did you guys do as a team? Did you unplug and allow some guys to go and spend Easter with their families and kind of recharge their batteries? Or did you, after that game, just say, all right, we're going 110% starting now? I mean, how did you work that?
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about Easter. And, we just got our butts whooped.
You were just doing a hop. You were like, no Easter bunny. We're going to hop right into practice.
Yeah. We're going to get our behinds home. We're going to take the day off, Monday off, and we're going to come back. And we watched film last night. So, but, I didn't think about Easter. When we get back, we're geared up, we're ready to go.
Yeah. Was that a quiet ride home?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Well, one thing I've learned by watching you guys and talking to a lot of your players is you guys do a lot of self-thinking. You know what I mean?
Self-evaluating.
Yeah. So I'm sure that bus ride home was a little... cricket.
You can learn a lot about how someone responds to adversity. When things aren't going great, that's when you can tell how someone is made.
Right.
When times are tough, do they just come unraveled or do they rise to the occasion? And this past weekend and really this week in practice, have you noticed anyone that really just took that and just use that as gasoline in their tank, and they're going 110%, even harder than you've ever seen them go?
Well, the players had a meeting with one another yesterday, and everybody held each other accountable. Like I said before, a lot of self-evaluation. Guys are holding each other to a higher standard now.
Yeah.
Holding each other accountable and making sure everybody's doing the things that's related to football and not focusing on the things that have nothing to do with the team and football.
Right.
It's not football related.
Well, y'all are family, so I'm sure you do that, because we do that with family. It's like you hold them up a little bit higher.
Right.
You got to do this. I expect this, that kind of thing. So I'm sure y'all are kind of having those conversations in there as well.
Right.
So, so what's up with Clark? Is he not coming back? What are we doing?
Darryl Clark is coming back. He'll
Okay.
be back this week, so he'll be at practice this week.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I always got to check on him because I know last weekend we had great quarterback coverage, but Clark's been the guy. So
Right.
would love to see him back in there if he's healthy.
Right. If he's healthy, Darryl Clark is a great guy to have around. But, I can't take anything away from Jesse Scroggins. He played lights out. He played lights out football. He over-exceeded expectation.
Yeah.
And, so right now, until Clark gets back, Jesse Scroggins is our guy.
Okay. I'm good with that. So I was going through Carolina Havoc on Facebook because I love to keep up that kind of stuff. And I came across an article about your kicker, Kevin Weber. He got a 2019 Honor Society Award. Did you see that?
Yeah, very intelligent guy. Yeah.
Wow,
At Newberry
that's awesome.
University.
So athletic and, what's the other word? Academic.
Yes.
Academically, yeah.
Yeah.
So congrats, Kevin, if you're watching, and just want to give you a shout out for that. That's a huge accomplishment.
Right.
Makes our team even prouder.
Right.
That.
So what, from this point in the season and on, I'm sure you've probably had a lot of experiences, and every week I ask this question. Tell me your favorite story that you've had with the guys, and it might be something from this past week. Maybe it was something that you didn't mention earlier, but give us your favorite story with the Havoc players and your experience as a coach.
Well, basically, yesterday, guys having a team meeting, they kind of kicked me out of the room because it was a players-only meeting. And it was, it made me proud as a coach to see guys hold each other accountable, for what happened this past weekend and, accepting fault and, what we did and how we played. So, it was a very humbling experience. And, and I was just proud to see how guys, held each other accountable and,
That's good.
to do that.
I like the fact that they kicked the coach out because sometimes, you'll come in, you'll take over the meeting, and they need to just have that one-on-one time and talk about things. And you have shown, and they have shown, every game this season, their loyalty is to you as well, Coach.
Right.
So, they look up to you, they admire you, and so I like that they kick you out of the room, and they're like, all right, we got to get to the ugly. We can't have Coach in here for this.
Right.
So let's do that. That's cool.
And and I love and appreciate each and every last one of them. And, because they do give me their all and they give me everything that I ask for is from them. So for them to hold each other accountable and to, just the players to call that meeting just to know that something wasn't right. And it had to be fixed, that was, a proud moment for me.
So then you have coaches, and you always have what are somewhat captains on the field. People that do kind of take that leadership role with the players. So who have you seen out of this first loss and hopefully last loss kind of lead that charge a little bit in a productive manner?
Yeah, last night Rashad Carter called that meeting, so that was very productive on his behalf. Ty Mirzim is a great leader. Christian Russell as well. So those three guys, I'd say, lead by example and, do things the right way and play the game the right way.
Okay. So what are we doing to get out of our own way now? Because we took our first loss.
Well, at this time, we just have to kind of, close our mouths a little bit, listen a little bit more, and do what's asked of us. Focus on the smaller things. Don't worry about things that aren't in our control because obviously we can't control those things. So, just focus on the Havoc and focus on playing football.
There you go. I think that happens in life, too. I think that, we live in a world today where there's so much happening, right? Social media, radio, TV, all the mediums. There's like chaos everywhere. And then you got to just stop. You got to get tunnel vision. You got to get it done. So sounds like that's your plan for this weekend. It's just to put the blinders back up. Let's get to the game. Let's get it happening.
Right. In football, in sports, period, you have to have a short memory. Obviously, we didn't like what happened this past weekend. The outcome wasn't what we thought it would be. The Energy played a good football game, but I still don't believe that they're a better football team than we are. But we have to prove to ourselves that we're a better football team that we displayed this past weekend.
Right.
So like you said, put the blinders on, focus on Havoc football, and just stay focused,
That's good.
Watching film every day, just doing the things that we need to do to be better as a football team.
And just running the drills, getting back to the basics, the ABCs.
Right.
In sales we call it always be closing, but for football it's the same way. It's the ABCs. Let me take this step, then that step, and that step. Because those are things, when we start swaying out of that and we let other things interfere, we kind of lose our momentum. We lose our footing.
Right.
So I think it's great that you've got them back in and they're going to do it. And we have a great team.
Well, I mean, it's not so much me. Like I said, I mean, the players held themselves accountable. So, you know, they knew things weren't right, and they knew things that had to be done. So they kind of, I mean, of course, you know, I have the best coaching staff ever. So, you know, they do a great job of helping me and just getting the guys in line and doing the right thing.
I like it. I feel somber right now. I'm just going to say that. Do I look sad? It's our first loss. I know I sound sad and dowdy. And
Listen.
usually like, woo!
If this is any indication of what we can expect, you've already won the social media game.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so 4,700 Facebook likes for the Carolina Havoc.
Okay.
Check this out. Carolina Aviators, 1,900.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Well, that didn't work last week.
well, here's the thing. The last week, the Energy, they were the closest in terms of Facebook fans.
Okay.
But the lead that the Havoc has over the Aviators in just Facebook likes is a much better advantage in favor of the Havoc.
I would like to see at least half of our Facebook fans. How many do we have?
4,700.
Okay. I would take half. Butts and seats. I'm not going to lie. Let me get 2,350. I didn't do that right, did I? Nah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Bad math. Been a long time.
It's too early for you to be doing math, right?
I want to see them there on Sunday.
Right.
You know, show your pride. Come out. Get a ticket. It's $10. Come on. You know, this is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, $10 gets you into the blue seats at the top.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then, of course.
But there's not a bad seat.
There's not a bad seat in the house. I
No.
mean, even if you were to get the highest seat as far back, the furthest row, you could just, they don't have cup holders, but you can just set your drink on the rafter.
Yeah.
You know? So.
I'm telling you, there's not a bad seat in that arena. I love the Florence Center. I think it's great. I mean, we do shows, we do everything there, so there's not a bad seat. And it's football.
Right. In my opinion, any seat is better than no seat.
Thank you.
Any seat is better than no seat. And we have a BOGO, like a buy one, get one free deal. So
on Facebook?
Right.
Good.
You buy a $10 ticket, we give you a ticket.
That's $5, y'all. I can do that, man.
That's pretty great.
Right. So.
I didn't know about
That's
the
a cheap
BOGO.
date. Okay, so all you little teen boys out there looking for a great place to take your
Coach,
What?
the BOGO, how do you get that deal? Does that require a promo code, or how does that work?
No, sir. Contact the Havoc offices. Steve, my general manager, get in contact with us on the Facebook page, and we'll make it happen. We'll get it done. We'll get you guys what you need.
Why did you cut me off when we talk about this would make a great date? That's where I was
No.
going. You totally went.
Sorry.
Let me just run this bus over all of you.
Yeah.
Can I go now? I'm telling you, $10. You take a girl there, you get a drink, you get to watch a football. It's a nice date.
Was that cleansing for you?
Feel better now.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So the playoffs. How does the playoff structure work in arena football, particularly the AAL? When will we know when you guys have clinched a playoff spot? How does that work?
I don't necessarily know when they'll put the playoff standards out, but I do know they're taking the top 2 teams out of each division. So, you know, North, South, East, West. So I know they're taking the top 2 teams out of each division. And then fortunately for us, we're still number 1 in our division ahead of Cape Fear. So we're still in good shape. But, you know, with that one loss, we're not in overall first place. I think we're top second.
We still got a slot.
We're second. So because I think West Virginia and the Energy are tied for first.
Okay.
We're second. So, we have to do better, though.
And we have, 4 games left, Coach?
Yes, ma'am. 4 regular season games left. Yes, ma'am.
So we got my undefeated wave's gone, but my
you're still in the hunt, you know.
Yeah,
so we're still in the hunt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this Carolina Aviators team, they're out of Winston-Salem. Then after that, you've got the Carolina Predators. That's May 11th, and I was just kind of alluding to the fact that there's so many Carolina teams in this AAL. You've got the Carolina Havoc. You've got the Carolina Energy that we played this past weekend. You've got the Carolina Aviators this weekend. Next weekend, Carolina Predators. How many Carolina teams are there in the AAL?
Oh, man, I don't even count. I don't know.
Well, it could be North or South Carolina. Just to get it clear.
But wait, there's more. You finish the season with the Carolina Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, it's tough to keep them all straight.
Right.
Like, what happens when you say, "Oh, we played Carolina this weekend"?
You could. If you can't remember, just say Carolina. It covers it all. I think that's a great escape. I like that.
So looking at the schedule ahead, you've got the Aviators, Predators, the Doom comes to town on the 18th, and then the Carolina Cowboys finish out the regular season. Is there a win that's going to be sweeter than another win?
Oh, it's got to be the Doom again.
I mean, a win is a win. I mean, of course, the Doom because they're in our division, but right now, where we are, we're just trying to be 1-0 every week from here on out. I mean, that's our focus. I can't even afford to think about the Doom at this moment.
There you go. One game at a time. Right. That's how we're going to chop this. How do you eat an elephant?
One
bite at a time, right? We're going to do the same thing with the rest of the season. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Right.
So I'm not calling our competitors elephants, but that's what we're doing. So last year we won the championship.
Yes, ma'am, we did.
What did we go on our season?
We lost 2 games last year.
Oh, okay.
We lost one to the Doom.
See where I'm going there?
I see what you did there. Right. You're saying that this loss, just simply grow to another championship.
Right.
That's what you're saying. I get it.
Exactly what I'm saying. Because I'm positive Penny over here. No. I love Buck and Dennis. This is my favorite part of the week because he is very organized and structured and all that kind of stuff. And then I come in and I'm a train wreck. Right. And I'm like, so.
Get all in his groove.
I like it.
Kill his groove.
Yeah.
Right.
So as far as like getting mind ready, getting the team mentally prepared for this weekend, I mean, what is it that you do just to get their mind right?
Well, I mean, this week is a lot different than others because we've never lost before. So, like I said, this week is a lot different than others. So, to bring back, the mental focus, we watch film during the day, and we're going to watch film, and after practices, get a lot of, mentally prepare ourselves for practice. And then when we go on practice, we kind of locked in. We're going to start giving guys scripts. So, when we go into practice, there's no guessing what we're going to do. Everybody knows exactly what we're going to do at what time and everything. So everything's a lot more structured now. And, we're going to be a lot more focused and ready to just
Well, we got to take into effect that this is still a relatively new team.
It is.
Okay. We Coach Rez originally, right? And then now you.
Right.
So there's going to be, the fact that we have gone 4-1 with relatively all new players, new coaching staff, new general manager. I mean, we've got some stuff. I'm really proud.
It's it's all new personnel, whole new team, whole new environment, whole new climate.
Right.
I mean, and that's all fine and good, but we set a standard for ourselves, and we planned on going undefeated, and that doesn't happen all the time. But that was a goal that we set for ourselves. So we set the bar pretty high. And I mean, because we could achieve it. We can. And like I said, I stand by it. I don't think anybody could beat us but us. I don't think the energy beat us at all. I think we beat us. And we just have to, refocus, figure out what's important, either it's football or other things, and we'll be fine.
So, wait. What's your why? That's what your other coach said. What's your why? So what's your why for this weekend?
Right. What's our why? Us. The Havoc. The Havoc.
All right. I just got to throw that back
brotherhood, family, us.
And playing all 4 quarters.
Playing all 4 quarters.
Yeah. That was one of the comments you made, that you didn't feel like we played all 4 quarters.
Right. I don't think we played all 4 quarters.
Well, we will this weekend.
We will.
Yeah. And remember, I'm behind the pads hiding.
No, okay.
Hearing yelling. So I'm waiting for my signed football.
Steve got you.
Okay.
Are we sure?
No.
I'm hoping.
I'm going to get it like the Cowboys game, maybe.
I'm hoping.
So, all right, let's talk about the games coming up. So we got this weekend, right? Sunday, 3:05 tonight.
Yeah. So Carolina Aviators 3:05 kickoff Sunday afternoon this weekend. Then the next game is going to be May 11th. The Carolina Predators will be coming to town.
Also,
that's the same day as Sister Strut, and we also have special.
We got 2 pink jerseys.
Yep.
So some of the team, coach, and some of the players will be at Sister Strut Saturday morning at Florence Center. We're going to have them kind of build a man arch for our survivors to strut through, because them ladies are going through first. So we want to make sure our team's there cheering them on as we battle this horrible disease that we call breast cancer. And then we're going to have 2 pink jerseys that we're going to auction off that night at the game. And a lot of the survivors are also getting tickets to come to the game. So it's going to be a great game.
That's beautiful.
And then being able to give money back to our Cancer Relief Fund group, which is just here for the PD. It's like there's a lot of charities out there.
Chris definitely just said, "Go, Jamie."
One of the reasons we chose this group here was because the money stays in the PD. Mm-hmm. And as you are as a coach and as a player and as part of this community, we want our community to rise up. Mm-hmm. So that's why we went with that group. So, yeah, May 11th.
And then, of course, you've got the Georgia Doom coming back to town Saturday, May 18th. And then you guys finish on the road with the Carolina Cowboys. Mm-hmm. That's Memorial Day weekend.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's when we round up the W. No? Mm-hmm. Bad?
Is that bad?
Lasso a W? No?
He's going to have the playoff picture clinched well before that.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. So,
now, Coach will never say this. Mm-hmm. To me, I think the most savory win might be the Georgia Doom when they come to town.
I think so, too. You know what it is? Because they didn't think they were going to beat the Doom in the first place. You were nervous about that. That was the team you lost to last year.
He never said he was nervous. Let me back up. He never said he was nervous.
I'll give you. Didn't say it. It was implied. I felt it. So
I didn't feel that way.
But we won. And
we did.
okay.
We did.
But now you're tweaking. You know, we had Jensen Beach and had Carolina Energy, and every game y'all have evolved, both personally and professionally, for how we're going to handle this game moving forward. So I think as we proceed through the last 4 games of the season, we're just going to keep rocking and rocking like docking. I'm all about terrible puns today, and that's my.
Okay.
I'll be punny penny instead of.
Whomever, we play
Aviators.
every week.
Yep.
Every week from this point forward, we're focusing on being 1-0.
Yep.
So
I'm good with that. All
right, so I can't stress enough. Ticketmaster.com, Florence Center box office.
Hit up the GM to get the BOGO.
That's right. It is the Carolina Aviators this weekend, Sunday afternoon. Kickoff is at 3:05. So bring the family on out. Can't wait to see you guys there. And then we have more home games for the family to go and check out. The Carolina Predators, May 11th. Georgia Doom, May 18th. So you got to go and support the Carolina Havoc.
And do not forget, ask the coach. Right, at gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to say that last week. So I'm not going to go into any this week's questions, but ask the coach at gmail.com so that we can get in here and y'all can ask questions.
Yeah. All right, Coach Yarborough, any final thoughts before we wrap?
Oh, no, man. I just want to, tell my players and my coaches I really appreciate them. I thank them. I thank you guys. I thank Chris, Steve, and, the fans, everybody, Facebook watchers and stuff like that. I appreciate all you guys. And, hopefully we see you guys out, this Sunday at the game.
Absolutely. So let's get them tickets and let's get there.
All right, so on behalf of Jamie Ulrey, I'm Dennis Davis. Coach Yarborough, thank you so much for joining us this week. We'll be back next week right here with the Coaches Show.
All right, appreciate you guys.